In this thing, you can't roll with us if your last name don't got no loyalty. Podcast party poppin', but you already knew. I've been rolling with these folks. This that Monday night crew. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you.
Yo, what's happening, good people, man? Welcome back to the first show of Monday Night Crew of 2026. It's your boy K. Mims, the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. Let me say this, man. The slow start with me and Princess is because I wanted to go early. So the crew will be here, but I had to pop on early because your boy getting old. You feel me? Your boy getting old. He don't be out there like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But what up, Princess? How you feeling? How you living? Good to see you. How's life?
It's good to be seen. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Good. So I got a question for you that my wife said, I never tell the brain part, but I got a question that my wife asked that made me think about what we do in it all. So somebody on TikTok, I'm not a crazy TikToker, but my wife is, and they were saying like they feel like outside now or social events is more about aesthetic than fun. What's your thoughts on that? And is that why you do or do not be outside like that, or you just not outside? And when I say outside, I'm using it loosely. Happy hour dinners, everything is all things considered. Do you think things have become a aesthetic versus it really being about what it's supposed to be about?
For sure. Everything is about a photo op. Everything has to be like aesthetically pleasing, and I'm guilty of it. I like my little social media posts. I'm not an influencer by any means, but I feel like when we were coming up, outside was that's just what it was. Like social media was kind of starting, but it wasn't like the 24-hour stories. Like all of that wasn't a thing. Like when IG first came out and like Facebook and there was no stories where something was up there for 24 hours and then it disappeared. So like all of that now is new. Like when we grew up, we just went somewhere and we just had fun. We was sweating. We didn't care what we looked like at the end of the night. Like, it was just a good time with your friends, nights that you will never forget. Now, you still might have nights that you won't ever forget, but it's like, like everything has to be captured. Everything is a moment. Everything has to be a look. And it just wasn't like that in the past.
You don't think so? I agree with you, but you don't think people our age aren't like that? It's just so like young people rule the scene. That's just what it is. Like young people rule the scene. That's what it's for. But like, you don't feel like when we party with people our age, we get what we want? Like we get that vibe you talking about? You feel like us at our age when we out together still go for aesthetic, or if you go to all the spots where young people going, they go for aesthetic? Because I feel like we still party. That's how I feel.
I don't. I mean, I feel like everybody goes for aesthetic, but it's like different levels. Like I feel like the younger crowd is gonna pull out their phone, like they getting ready to do some TikTok dances as well. Like, like it's like to prop the phone up, let's do some TikToks. But I still feel like our generation is like panning the room, capturing the moment. Cause again, I'm one of them. But I feel like I'm not the only one, especially females. Like it's got to be, like the little flower grass wall, like everybody loves all of that stuff. You go to a brunch spot, you want to see that. Oh, let me get a picture over here. Like that's definitely relevant for our age. We still have a good time, but all of that is still very much relevant.
So I can't say it's not. I guess I don't feel like, okay, so yes, you do get a pan, you do peep the room, but like you not doing that the whole night to say that's all you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like you may get the same peep, you might go take a picture over here, you might have your 10-15 minutes of a photo op, but then after that, like you win, you know what I'm saying? Like you win it after that. I feel like people solely go for an aesthetic. And what I mean is like, if it doesn't look cool or it doesn't like the cool kids are there, then we don't care. And that's the part that I'm like, I don't feel like people our age care about. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Good old cookouts. I was talking to my wife. I was like, you think people still like cookouts? And she was like, see, yeah, but people mess around and try to do food reviews at your cookout about your food and have you trying to go viral. I'm like, you think people our age would do that? And she was like, hell yeah, everybody care about likes. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that. For real.
But see, I'm not that deep into it,
Mhm.
but I see where she's going with it. But doing
Mhm.
food reviews at a cookout is crazy.
Yeah, like, come on, Doc. Come on, Doc.
Like, but then also, what was the thing that was viral like not too long ago with the plate? Do you know what I'm talking
And that
about?
girl said, yuck.
No, not it's before that. It was like the plate was God. Somebody in the comments, if people would like, I can't remember, but it was like low vibrational.
Hmm.
You, do you remember that
Yeah,
when
yeah, I
that was
do.
like a thing? It was like a low vibrational
Vibrational
plate. It's
plate. Yeah.
Yes, it's like I go to a cookout, I want a low vibrational plate. Like I'm not nothing needs to be
So,
aesthetically pleasing with my cookout
so.
plate. You know, and again, I like social media, but I'm not an influencer. So I'm not trying to be aesthetically pleasing at a cookout. But yeah, I definitely feel like some people might would try that at a cookout.
For
And I
sure.
also feel like I'm not saying everybody in our generation, something that I feel like our generation is missing is cookouts. I feel like we're getting to the age where it's like our parent, like, like our parents, they kind of, they might not want to host the cookouts all the time anymore. They want us to host them.
But I feel like well, I know you do a lot of hosting, but I feel like that's where the vibe get killed. Cause our generation is like, I don't want everybody at my house. Like I can't do it. Like, and our grandparents and it had an open door joint. It take too much to throw something together. To me, put a little food on the table, put a little drink out there. We good, we can vibe. I don't like feeling like I gotta host people I'm cool with. I hope that don't sound bad. Look at you, look at you, look at you, look at you,
I feel like
look
you
at you.
have to make it welcoming, but you don't necessarily have to host.
Give me the difference. If you going with if your people that you rock with, 2, 3 of your girls that y'all like this, give me the difference between welcoming and hosting.
So we might be having like a girls' weekend or something
Mhm,
going on where people are spending the night at my house.
mhm,
That does not mean that like I'm getting ready to order a bunch of food or like I'm paying for everything because it's just like y'all just here, like y'all just staying here. We got drinks flowing. We might have went out to eat or whatever. Versus if I'm hosting something,
mhm,
even if it is my people, let's just say I'm hosting a game night.
mhm,
I'm going to have food,
mhm.
not snacks. I'm going to like feed you. You feel like if you're actually like hosting like a game night type event, that it's like, these my people. I don't need to feed y'all. Is that how you feel? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
that's not what I'm saying. Asia, what up? Uh, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like I use a real life example. Like if if J. Dot Lewis, if any of them come to my house, like say if all of them came at once,
Hmm.
like yeah, that I will have the house clean. There will be food in the refrigerator, da da da. But I'm not like ODing on like a whole like I'm not ordering stuff to put out there. I don't feel like I gotta have an itinerary for you to do. I don't feel like nah, bro. Like my house is your house. Like, bro, we good. We can kick it. If you decided like, hey, I'm about to step out somewhere and go do this over there, like, yeah, it's cool. I don't feel responsible for your fun while you at my house. That's what I'm talking
Right.
about. Like, and
Yeah.
if I want to be social, and I'm like, y'all come through, man. Let's BS this Friday. Come through, got some trade da da. It's just gonna be that. Like we're gonna have that some music, but I'm not about to have all that extra stuff. I'm not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a difference between that vibe and actually hosting.
How often would you host?
Mm, I would say maybe like 3 times a year.
God damn.
Like this year I had a game night. This year I had a Christmas party. This year I hosted Thanksgiving, and this year I hosted Christmas.
So what's the
But
like?
that's not the norm. Normally it's just like I have an annual Christmas party.
Oh, so you like you ain't like want somebody, hey, bro, we about to throw something on the grill. Y'all come kick it.
No. People
See,
are too spread apart. Like my friends are not all in the same city. Like I got people in Charlotte, Atlanta, Greensboro. Like
Mhm.
go, we're not all in the same city. So,
I hear you. I hear you. I hear
but
you.
can I
What's
say something though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are you cooking though? Like
I'll
let's say
I'll grill.
okay. So
I'll grill.
that's what I was getting at. I feel like our generation is not some men are, but I feel like the way it was in our parents' generation where it was nothing for the men to be outside on the grill, like inviting whoever, like inviting each other's families over and stuff like that. I feel
Mhm,
like that's kind of a lost art in our generation.
mhm.
You have some who will grill, but it's like they grilling for the people in their house. They might
Yeah.
have a grill, but it's not the cookout
Oh
where
no,
it's
we
like,
going
hey,
in.
y'all pull up. Those vibes, like I feel like we're losing the art of the cookout. Like
Yeah,
you could come to the cookout. I feel like we're losing that. Our generation is losing that. Everybody just wants to be about their family, their household.
that's what I hate about it. But yeah, my thing is to tie the two together before we move to the next thing. Like, Princess, I'm gonna do that, but like that's what we doing though. Like we gonna have something out there at the table. We gonna have some music. We gonna be talking, chopping it up, BS and da 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 woo woo. But like that's what we doing while the food is going. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already start cooking before people get over there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already had that vibed out. But when y'all get there, put your little joint on the table. You know what I'm saying? Grab a drink. We gonna have some music. We chilling. I'm not with the whole like recap of my cookout. I don't really care about that. I just want to be social and BS. That's just who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I realize it now because it's so hard to put one together to your point. I'd be like, bruh, like, we can't just pull up on a Friday. Like, your week was long, my week was long, bro. The game come on, you grab your bottle, I grab my bottle, let's go kick it. Like, I don't get
Hmm.
why we can't do that.
Asia.
What's your thoughts, Asia, on hosting? So the conversation started, Asia, with like, do you think people go out and outside means out to eat, lounge, whatever, for aesthetics more than actual fun? Like it's all about the aesthetic. What's your thoughts on that?
Yep.
Dang, okay.
I absolutely think so. To the point where I feel like there are different places. I don't know if y'all brought this up, but we've been to one where it was definitely an Instagrammable place. And there was a
Mhm,
lot going on with decor. You could take pictures. You could see where they have sections of that. But
mhm,
then it's like, okay, cool. That was it.
mhm.
That's where they were thriving, right? And so I
Yeah,
do think a lot of like restaurants in different places, they make it so that their spot is Instagrammable, um
Hmm.
for the like legit for the aesthetic. That's it.
Hmm.
yeah, that's crazy. I can't. I'm with you. I guess I just hate that. Like I recently I've been being more social because I told myself I'm gonna stop like not being social. And I went to like, you go to a happy hour or you like Rob, I kicked it at my homeboy Rob house. It was dope. It was like, oh no, I gotta get back to doing this. And I guess I don't feel bad about being low key with it because that's all it. You just need a couple of people that know how to have fun. You don't need 10
Oh,
no
I
more. You
agree
need
with
about
that.
2, 3
Yeah.
that know how
I
to have
definitely agree
fun.
with that.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go and turn it up. But
Hmm.
all right, man, let's get into this social news. Whoo, man, we got a heavy hitter to start off. So, Mr. Dwight Howard, um, yesterday, his wife had posted a video of her recording him trying to convince their son, her stepson, his biological son, to lie on her. Then from there, she proceeds to go in the car, give everything that's going on, and then says this is what's wrong with him and pulls out a huge bag of alleged cocaine. Then it shows a video of him going in the room, X, Y, and Z. Later that night, Dwight Howard goes to a Laker game. His ex was him and Royce married or they just dating?
I don't know if they were married, but
I've
I
seen
think yeah,
mixed like titles on different
Yeah,
stuff. So some people say they were, some people just say that they weren't,
yeah.
but
yeah. So she comes out and basically like shows no sympathy for the wife because the wife and Dwight was calling her crazy when she was saying all these things was going on X, Y, and Z. It's like, yeah, look at you now. I can't feel bad for you, but you thought I was tripping. So take what you getting. Now, earlier today, my man done filed from divorce and wants her out. Now, do y'all think that's because she exposed him, or do you think bro is just having a real life midlife crisis crashing out? Well, what's y'all thoughts when you see it or when you heard it? Let's start there.
She ain't have. I just feel like people just be doing a lot. Like it's just like you. That was just a lot. I think the whole situation was a lot. I also, and Keaton, I guess this is a question for you. Because in my mind, I feel like as a woman, like when you about to, in my mind, like break up with somebody or file for divorce, like you have mentally been preparing yourself. It's not something that you just say off of like a one argument, you know? So I wonder, like, for him, I wonder if it is because in my mind, I'm like, no, he had to have that plan. He was just waiting for the thing so that he could then bring up the divorce. But I don't know if that's how some men think, or is it that impulsive for y'all?
I don't
You
want
gonna
to
speak
be
for all men?
okay. I got you. I don't want to be mean, but I think at that level, women are looked at more disposable. So like it may be a little bit of impulsiveness to it, but it's also like there's a chick that see all this and is going to be right with him 2 weeks from now, regardless of everything she saw because of the status. So I think he may be being impulsive, but I also think like at that stage, if the alleged is true, you really don't care. At that stage, you like, oh, I get another one because he did it to Royce to get to this girl. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, Asia, you got on me last time. I'm not attacking anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the girl now, she doesn't deserve what she's going through. But the girl, his ex-girlfriend, wife, whatever, told you what he was on. But you saw money status or whatever the case may be, and you hop right on out there. And the thing I respect about the ex-girlfriend, she never put the drug use out there. If I'm not mistaken, she never put that out there. She just said, bro, man was tripping, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, okay. What up, Brittany? So I'm like, oh, okay. This, but like at that level, they women are viewed by guys of that status more disposable, especially if they have a history of moving around. That's what I say.
Yeah, and I also feel like the current wife, even though Royce was saying all those things, she probably felt like, oh, it'll never be me, or, she hadn't seen it, or even if she did, maybe she felt like, oh, well, he's not going to take it too far with me, or I can change him, he'll stop, all those things until stuff went too far. And now she fed up. So she like, I'm just going to expose him. And it's like, really? Did you expose him, or did people already notice for real? And people just don't really like. People like, okay. He's also a celebrity. A lot of celebrities are on drugs.
Yeah, also that, and the things that Dwight has attached to his name, man, he really needs to chill. He needs to be stopped. He needs to get away from all the recording devices, everything. He needs to be stopped, man. He needs to be stopped. The more and more we know, the worse and worse it gets. And it's always, I hate to say this, I'm gonna use this example. Y'all remember the Shia LaBeouf thing that happened a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. New Orleans?
Yeah, in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's always, not always, but like if you look at like Raven Simone, I don't know if Justin Bieber will fall in that. Shia LaBeouf, Dwight Howard. Do y'all realize there's always like some people that's been stars since they were young, and then like this type of stuff is like they have a hard time sustaining regular life after the fame kind of dwindles down, and then they all Brown. It's always like this, like, dag, bro, you crashing out because I guess you used to fame your whole life and you don't have it to that level no more. So I'm saying that to say, like, a lot of people that experience success early and for a long time be like crashing out on the back end when they ain't got it no more.
Mm-hmm.
And that bag was big. I don't know if y'all saw it. That wasn't a regular bag, man.
That's
I did not see the bag, but
that joint was like the freeze lock joint. Like that one no regular smuggler Dylan, man.
Hey,
Good. Grace alive. What Brittany, what's your thoughts on Mr. Howard?
I mean, I don't really have a say. It is what it is. I agree. I'm tired of seeing him in the limelight. Um, I do think they were married for like a year, right? Only a year.
Mhm.
him and the
Just
current wife you're
him and the
talking
new
about?
girl. Yeah.
I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I can't keep up. Like all of it is very much fast. It's always something. I feel like hey Jay,
What's up, y'all?
Yep.
I feel like he just doesn't know how to he needs therapy. He doesn't know how to handle his life, for lack of better words. I mean, so real question. You describing the bag, I have not seen it.
It's
Do
huge.
you really do you really think he's using like that? Like all like that's him?
Are you asking, do we think the bag belonged to him?
Yeah, like the full like yeah.
I think that it's been normalized in this
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
house.
I believe it's probably his.
Yeah.
I think he can afford a bag that big.
Yeah. It like and when you really out there like that, like you got to get a source big enough to where you ain't got to really, you
You
know what I'm
don't have to
saying?
be.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm trying. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm picking on what you're putting down, Princess,
yeah.
but it's like, and if you look at it, I ain't trying to be judgy, but like if you look at it, Dwight Howard always had like little weird ways, man. It just makes sense. Like I'm telling you, it's like, so you because let me not say what I'm saying. I gotta be careful. I just think that certain things, hey, look, bro, like, like, hey, so I think the thing is, I do feel bad for his children because his son also came out and was like, I hope you get the help you need. So exposing your kids to that is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
But like, y'all are gonna get me, and I'm sorry. But it's like you had to have known that getting married. Like, there ain't no scenario where that works out. You sacrifice that for that money, for that lifestyle, and now you in the car crying, touching the bag with your raw hand.
Sorry.
Die, man. Die, man. Now you in there crying, touching the bag with your raw hand, wiping your snot with the hand you just touched the bag with. Like, I'm not like, and then how did they get in the car? Whose car is that? That your car? Like, it feel real normal over there. That's crazy.
Cause she knew where the bag was. Like she knew. She knew.
So
Cause I'm just imagining it's like how some folks, it's like, oh, would you like a glass of wine? Anything else I could get you? Like I feel like that's a part of some. I don't think you could hide stuff like that at that
so I'm gonna
level.
say
I really don't.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think that was stashed in the car. So you had to go get him. Like, I'm about to go in the car and shoot this.
I agree.
She got
That's
it out of
crazy,
safe.
man. Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. And then for him to go to a game later that evening like nothing was wrong. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, my man out here. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. But I hope for the safety of the kids. That's the one thing I will say. Like, I don't think any kid should be exposed to that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, I
How
don't
old
want
are
y'all
the
to get
kids?
I think his oldest like 12, 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 12, 13. I think he got more than one, but I know the oldest like 12, old enough to get on his own social media and say, get the help you need. And he know what's
Oh,
going
okay.
on. I
I don't
just
know why I thought the kids was older than that.
I just can't. I just don't be feeling bad. Y'all gonna get me. I'm sorry. I just don't be feeling bad for like women that look at another woman's situation and do what you did, princess. Like, oh, he's not gonna do it to me. But like you saw me, and I bet you was with main man when he was doing her cruddy and saying the things,
Mhm.
but you was cool with it. So now you crying, but you was cool with it when I was doing her like that. No, you got to watch out for them. Absolutely not. Um, any more thoughts on Dwight Howard?
No, he's taking up enough time.
Right.
Jay,
Jay,
you
you
got
got
something to say about him?
Jay, you got anything on Dwight?
Sorry.
Nah, I mean, y'all pretty much said it all. First of all, she was pulling out gadgets, dumping out stuff. I'm like, yo, what is Shorty on right now?
Yeah,
Like, come
yeah,
on, bro. You gonna picked up the whole. I'm like, nah, come on, you doing way too much.
yeah. Because
But
you know
one
what?
thing I can add to that is this: a lot of times you don't know a lot of people's vices until you live with them. You don't know how bad it is.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
How
they
bad
could
it
have
is,
been
I
living
agree.
separately, and maybe he could have been, disguising it a little bit better.
Mhm.
Bump here, bump there, do his thing.
That's
Now it's like full fledged. We got Ziploc bags in the crib. That's what we doing. Like I didn't
uh,
know it was
True.
this bad.
that's
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
all I had to add.
that's
You're
insane.
right.
I would agree with that, Jay.
mhm.
I could agree.
Mm.
So next thing we got before we get the videos, man. I don't know this pastor, but my man Dietrich Hatton was getting that's his, I think I said his name correct.
Yeah, teacher
Dietrich
had.
had
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there dancing with his wife, man, and people lighting him up. So I'm gonna show a video of him getting down with his wife, and the church folks was upset. They was hot.
Mhm.
My man was getting behind it, bro. Look at my man. He ain't coming back. So the church community got in an uproar about him dancing with his wife in such fashion
At his
My,
birthday party.
at his birthday party. My initial thoughts
that
was
was
like,
not a church function.
hold on, Wh- hold on. We are saying it is though, but he could dance with his wife at his birthday party.
I'm just saying it was not a church function. Correct?
No.
It
Yeah.
was his
Oh, are
birthday.
you
It was
saying?
not a church
Oh,
function.
oh, 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 I'm sorry, Princess. I was missing what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I'm just like, they know that like that got to be the one he does those things with, versus some of these other guys that ain't doing it with the ones they sitting in the pulpit with. So now he's getting crucified for dancing with his wife in said place. I get how, the optics and the music and the space, but it's like, I don't think we could be that judgmental in the space, is what I say. I think that's a little too far.
Yeah, no, I don't get that. The optics and the music, and y'all forget these people are human. That's his wife. I'd have been up on my wife too, smacking, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. And it is what it is. What, like, I'm still a human too. They were dancing. It was at his birthday function. He was dancing with his wife. Obviously, they had a union before God anyway, so he already know what time it is. I'm not about to hide that for nobody.
I agree, but I know religious. I know. This is stuff like this is where like church people get on my nerves. And part of it is because like for God to have ordained marriage, I feel like the church community makes it seem like it's so mediocre when church people, married people, actually like display affection or like even talk about sex. Y'all say wait to have sex till you get married, but then when you get married, you just shut up about it. Like I'm so confused why it's like you cannot be like a Christian but also have like any type of sexuality or sexual displays of affection. I do think that there should be some limits, but again, this was his 50th birthday party and this was his wife. So I just feel like people are just super judgmental all the time. But that's just my opinion.
Brittany, Asia.
Yeah. The way that I feel about it, my thing is it was the man's birthday. And why I'm sticking with that is because then I also think about um and I don't know where it was or whatever, but it was his birthday. And for me, I also think about, okay, so let's say it was his wedding with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't feel like people should not have an uproar about that, the celebration of matrimony, right? Um, Church events and stuff like that. I think there are certain, and I don't actually know if he's a pastor. I don't know that. But for me, I think there are certain, like, we're talking about like optics and all those things. Absolutely sure. And also, it was his birthday, so I just feel like he was celebrating his birthday. Keenan, you're on mute.
Brittany, before I go and say what I was about to say, Brittany, what's your thoughts?
I'm the Bible says be in the world, not of the world. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to go left. And I'm probably a church folk that gets on your nerves because I am not judging. However, when you live a lifestyle, there's certain things, birthday or not, that you have God holds you to a certain standard. If I'm being real, yes,
Mhm.
it's your birthday. Yes, by all means, celebrate with your wife. Yes, the Lord has ordained this marriage. Do your thing, but you are dancing to secular music in front of people. The expectation of you not to get the backlash should have left his mind, because that was going to happen regardless, because it was secular music to begin with. Not saying that Christian folk cannot listen to that, but him as a pastor, and he talks about this, and a singer, he often, I don't know if you all know his lifestyle, but he often talks about some of these things, and then to see them kind of come to the light. I think the song choice is what kind of was like whatever for folks to say. Do I think he should have celebrated his birthday with his wife? Absolutely. Was it his birthday party? Yes. Are people supposed to judge him? No, nobody's in any position to judge anyone. However, I'll just go back to the scripture about being in the world, not of the world. Like, we have to, if we've taken that step to move forward and closer, and you're supposed to be drawing people nearer, unfortunately and fortunately, like, you can't do certain things anymore. And I'm speaking as a PK. Like, my parents, certain things they just do not do anymore. They've been married for a long time, and he's a pastor and a pastor's wife. They just don't do those things because they're also trying to draw people. I
So,
don't think it makes you less of a Christian because you've done those things, but I do think it can give off an image.
so can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If the camera's not there and he did
I was about to ask that question.
without the representation of the world seeing it, and he
Mhm.
did it in a space amongst people, but it was like closed off. It wasn't for the world to see. Does it change it? Does it change anything?
No, because for me, this is my opinion. For me, I feel like if you're gonna portray that, you got to be that all the way around, right? You can't be lukewarm. You can't be half in and half out. Either you're gonna be with it or you're not. So even if you're in close proximity, there's no cameras around, you're with your family and doing all these things. There's just certain things that I feel like when you're here, they're left for the privacy of your own home. They're left for you and your wife, you and your certain things. She wasn't bent over touching her toes, granted. She was just dancing. They were having a good time.
It's good enough.
I feel like the video ruins it, not the actual action.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. If that party was happening in a private place amongst the same people, might take the video away. It don't really cause no noise. That and I'm not a preacher's kid. Well, I am my pops, but like, I get what you're saying, Brittany. But I think it's the image that the world got, not what was actually happening. And I'm not saying it makes it more right or wrong. I feel like the problem is it got the social media.
That's always a problem.
Yeah. Another thing that I have to say is about the song, right? So the song that was chosen was more of like a our generation type song.
Mhm.
My thought is, I feel like with older Christians, if you put on Luther, they're still going to sing it. Like I feel like oldies get a pass when they were saying some real nasty stuff, but it just it
Yeah,
sound better.
yeah,
And so my thought
yeah.
is like, if it was like some Ronald Isley, or if it was Luther, and the like, would it have been different because of the song, or is it because it's Snoop as well? Like, I'm just thinking about
And on the
like
hat.
the overall, because I mean, I do think, the song choice that he was like drop it like it's hot, okay,
Yeah, it was
but
out there.
I'm just wondering if it would have been an oldies, would it have perceived a little bit better? Because I'm just thinking about like a cookout, right? Even if you
I
go
think
to
that's
a
a good
family
point, Jay.
cookout and like the older family is there and some maybe pastors, whatever. If you got the oldies going, they'll be cool. They're not gonna be drinking and stuff, but they'll be cool. But if you turn on back that ass up, that's when they get uncomfortable. They might want to remove themselves
Yeah,
from the situation.
yeah, and put their little cup water down.
Cut water's
See,
crazy.
see, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like oldies get a pass.
They do, and they would talk about worse stuff. They drop it like it's hot. So
Yeah,
I think the other thing is, I will say this too. I think the actual music, to Princess's point, also made it worse than the actual action with his wife
yeah,
too.
I would agree.
Like if the action happened genuinely a cappella, for lack of a better term, with just affection with his wife, I also don't think you catch it like that neither. I think it was like the perfect storm of stuff you can't do.
Hey, real quick, y'all. Real quick.
Jay about to say something reckless.
No, I'm not. We're just talking about music, right?
Mhm.
Like, what do y'all expect him to dance to? Like, never would have made it. Like, what are people like? Come on,
Oh,
like, come on, bro. Like,
Tamala
he's
Man,
dancing with his
David and
wife.
Tamala Man have a gospel like R&B love
But
album.
so is there footage of him going to the DJ booth saying, "Play this song," or did the DJ just play a song? He has no control over that.
That's fair, Jay.
Yeah, but he
So,
has control over his life to make a decision to engage in dancing to that type of music.
but
So
Britt,
if
to me, him dancing to that music, that's gonna stray you away from God. So you're
it's
not gonna
not,
go to his
it's
church.
no, it's not. It's for me, for Brittany. No, it's not. But however, if you were told, if God called you to be a pastor and your
Mm,
your assignment is to draw people near to Christ,
mm.
and the Bible talks about secular music and being a lukewarm Christian, and you out here drop it like it's hot, and your wife is bent over in front of you to secular music on social media, that's a problem. How can you draw people near to Christ if you're portraying something totally
I
different than what you preach?
I think to me, if he was condemning other people for doing that and then did it, then it would make sense to me. But if he's preaching the same message and he was just dancing with his wife, I don't see how that's taking people away from Christ.
Yeah, but he's the point is that if you give messages and you can quote scripture and say you're not supposed to do these things and then turn around and do the same thing that you said that you're not supposed to do, you are the contradiction. You don't have to condemn anybody. You're the contradiction because you're doing the said thing. I mean, like I said, I don't do I think it makes you less of a Christian? No, but do I think that he's I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like you have to practice what you preach. That's with anything. And I think that's the image that it can give off, especially to people that are like new in Christ or like, oh, here we go again. It's already hard enough for church folks. So I don't agree with the yes, celebrate your birthday, yes, celebrate your wife, do all the things. I just don't the song choice for me and it being recorded and put on the internet, like that's where the issue comes in for me.
The internet part. I agree with.
Can
I
I?
agree with that. Oh yeah.
I just want to say the person who recorded it and how it got to the internet, unless it was him or his wife that posted it, that's not their people as well.
A
Yes.
thousand
That's
percent.
how I
Yes,
I
feel.
I agree.
A
agreed.
thousand percent.
Because that's why I was asking it. I don't know if this was in a public space
Mm-hmm.
or if it was people that he invited. And
Mm-hmm.
once
I would
again,
assume it's people he invited, like,
right. That's what
I'm
I'm
sure
saying.
not
That part,
congregation,
the optics
you
look
know?
wild. And for
Yeah.
Yeah.
me, I don't know. I just keep going to because now I really am thinking about a wedding. I have been in different places with where it's believers, non-believers, or Christians, non-Christians, right? All the things. The music choice, right? Usually it's folks given a mix of songs or however they want to do it because there are different, Jay, to your question though, there are more Christian songs outside of Never Would Have Made It in different genres.
Yes.
Just saying that because I'm really big on that type of stuff. But outside of that, like there usually is a time that it's like, all right, cool, we about to like dance for real. If you don't feel comfortable, okay, bye. Once again, I'm thinking about a wedding, because in my mind, I don't think I would not have an issue if there's a husband and a wife dancing that they were dancing at their wedding. For me, it's a celebratory thing. It's also like, it doesn't matter to me. It does not matter. I guess her being bent over, I could see the optics of that. I definitely could see the optics of that. Him
Yeah,
being a
if you
pastor, I could see the optics of that.
if you
Right?
50 years old and married, she done been bent over before.
Oh, 1000%. But that's why
Yeah.
even earlier I was like, I didn't realize he was an actual pastor, because I just know him as
Thank
the
you. I
singer.
never knew he
That's
was
why I
a
was like, I didn't know
pastor.
he was a pastor for real. I thought
Yeah.
he was just a singer.
I just,
Where is his church?
I don't know. I guess the
That's
only thing,
a.
Please.
the only thing that really gets me, and this is not necessarily,
I'm gonna look it up.
it's not necessarily specific to anyone here on the video. It's like, also, I know the people that's attacking them probably ain't living all the way right neither. But
Yeah,
because this person
absolutely.
was put out there and put himself in a situation where he gets to be, you know, critiqued and all the things, now it's like for public opinion. But I think there's some truth. If I'm being real, I think there's some truth in what you're saying, Brittany. You do got to protect yourself. I'm just like, if he was in the comfort of his home listening to Snoop, it's like, it's really because we know and see it. Because I'm pretty sure there's anybody, like, just because it means, like, character is what you do when nobody's looking. Like, that don't make it no less like anything. Hey, Rob, you were wild. He talking about doing God's work. Doing God's work. Anything on Pastor and his wife dropping it like it's hot?
No, man.
Okay, all right. So we got a couple of video reactions before we get into the topics of the night, man. Let's go. All right, so I got a lot of them, but I'm gonna go. Should we stay in the church realm? Why not? So last week I saw a video of a woman saying she went to a singles night at church in the lopsided ratio while she was there. So we're gonna give her thoughts on. I'm gonna show the video. We're gonna give our thoughts about that, and then kind of talk about modern day church culture.
At church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, or even thought that it was even. I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes, and sizes. Literally African American women. Like, a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like this.
All right. So she goes on to say she didn't think that this many women would be in this place and all the things. What's y'all thoughts on churches holding single nights and her response to seeing that many women in that space?
I actually have a lot of thoughts on this. I talk about this often, actually.
Okay.
I've talked to pastors about this. I've talked to different ministers about this, because I think that there's so much emphasis on the couples ministries, on married couples, on premarital, all the things, that there is not a lot of education. There's not a lot of guidance. There's not a lot of events for singles, especially, I can only speak as a Christian, in the faith, right? And so you have Christians singles that don't even understand fellowship with other singles, that it's like, cool, if you can be my brother in Christ, that don't mean you want me, or that does not mean that I have to want you. I don't think that we learn how to foster healthy relationships in singlehood, because I think so much of the pressure is on getting married, that you're you're not you're not seeing, really, you're not validating, you're not shepherding the people that are single. And a lot of people are single, and there are going to be some people that are single for the rest of their lives. There are going to be some people that don't want to ever be married. There are going to be some people that are now widows, widowers. How are you putting some love into them? That's how I feel about that. And that's why I think that you will have a big turnout when churches finally do have events like this, because it's not a typical thing in churches, period.
Mhm.
So, yep.
Hmm.
Are
You're
you
on
on
mute
mute?
again.
I'm sorry. I agree with you, Asia. I think it's just really, really hard not to. Well, let me be careful, but
I think I know where you about to go.
chill out, chill out, chill out. I just think it's hard when you like market it as like you said, like meet your husband or wife here, and it's curated that way. But like, did you see what she had on? Like,
Oh, I didn't even pay
I
attention.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
okay,
I saw it, but what did it say that the event was marketed to couple up, or was it just
no, I think I'm
right?
just speaking on. I'm just thinking from the aspect of like, I feel like churches have become praying grounds. Like, and I'm not talking about from the internet. I'm saying from what I've seen with my own eyes. Like, it's become like a social outing more than it has about receiving the word and moving. Not all churches, let me be clear, but like when you cross a certain threshold and you're trying to keep up with culture and you're trying to um, be modernized, like there's not a lot of time to do these things the right way. It's like, hey, bring everybody. Like churches will say, tell all your single friends to come here. So they go get all their single friends that don't go to this church every Sunday to come to these. And I'm speaking on a real life experience, not all churches across America, but like it's not really curated as a like what does it mean to be single, how to be fruitful and single. You know what I mean? Like all of the things that you were speaking about, Asia. It's like, nah, bring all your single friends. Like, let's get everybody in the room. They hunting, man. They hunting.
But I don't know if I really see a problem in that,
Me either.
because if you're going to the church, like your mindset is the same as mine.
No.
If I'm going and you're
You would
going,
hope.
like manhunt or not, like I'd prefer to find you in the church than the club.
That's the
Like,
but Brittany, the point you making is the point I'm making. If I say, hey, go bring all your single friends to singles night, and I'm bringing all my people that don't live that life but they single, that ratio gets out of whack of people with that same mindset. Because if that
okay.
was the case, you would just meet them on Sunday. But if it's like, hey, we having singles night, everybody bring all the single people you know,
Hmm.
and they have zero attachment to the mission or zero religious beliefs or whatever the case may be, they just single, it automatically becomes that. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
but in
uh-huh.
order for a person to want to go to a singles night at church, in my mind, I would think that their mind has somewhat centered around, like, there's not people that don't look have a religion or don't believe in God that's going to be like, yeah, let me go with you to singles night to church. Like that doesn't happen often. If it does, I'm clueless to it. So in my mind, you have, whether you're religious or not, you have to know at least about God or have some sort of interest in that to get up and go to a church for a singles night. Why? Because you can go to the club if you're of the world. You can go to the grocery store. You could go to the gym. There's so many other places that you can go to for it as a single person versus going to a church, a specific church event, and then who's and like I don't know. I feel like the common goal there, whether whatever they call it or however they market it, at some point they bring in what is supposed to be translated to single people to then learn from this experience on how to cultivate, like Asia was saying, these relationships and these experiences. That's what you're supposed to get out of it. So I just, and at some point in the hour, 2, 3 hours that you're there, somebody's going to touch on that topic.
I get what you're saying. I think that's in the perfect world, but from what I've seen or some of the ones that I've watched, like it goes back to Asia's point of like pressuring what you should be getting ready for if you're about to get in this and things like that. So I don't disagree with you, Brittany. I just don't think. I think specifically mega churches too. Like I feel like that culture has really changed into like bodies in the how many bodies can we get in the building? You get what I'm saying? So like you're going to lose you're going to lose quality of the mission when you go that route. Especially if there's a big influence from that mega church in the area.
Yeah, but I also feel like in those types of situation, you as an individual, like everybody's on their own like spiritual journey, right? So I
Mhm.
feel like everyone's on a different level. So I feel like you as an adult have to be mature enough to weed those people out. Because to Britt's point, I agree with you. I feel like there has to be something in common that you would even say yes to go. Like no matter how much of a mega church it is, there's something that is drawing you to go to a singles event at a church. But again, everyone is like on different levels. So one person might show up, find somebody mutual like attraction, but this person might be on a level where they're like, hey, we can go on dates, get to know each other, but I am absolutely celibate.
Mhm.
The other person may be not on that level of their journey. It might be like, I would love to get to know you, but I would also like to, if it's available. That doesn't mean they are not Christian. They are just on different paths. But that's the reality of going to an event like that. Like you can't just assume that you're gonna meet somebody who's like close to Jesus, basically. Like
I,
everybody's gonna
I
be on their
agree,
different journey.
I agree, but the thing I'm saying is I don't think the journey Asia alluded to earlier is being represented, which is the problem. That's why I feel like it becomes a hunting ground sometimes. But we can, I don't feel like me and my barber was talking about this. Like, you know how people say like single season, like it's my single season,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and she's like, how do you know that God has a plan for you that to end? Like season represents that. Like season means it's going to come to an end. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
in reality, there may be some people that's placed here where marriage is not in the cards for them in their own journey. So when you say it's my single season, or you say things like that, it's like all even though right now you're embracing it with the thought that it has to come to an end. So it's just kind of tough to like all the things y'all say. I do not disagree at all. I just, you know, from what I've seen, it's just become more of that. I don't think it's a out loud like, "Hey, come hunt." No, but it's like, go check the brunch spots right after they leave church, man. 1-to-1 ratio, man.
What I will say to that though, real quick, is I don't think this is a new like phenomenon though, because we've heard it like, I feel like in movies, pop culture, like all the things for so long. It's like you go to church, meet a good man, go to church, find you a good woman, and like settle down. Like that's not something that millennials thought of. That's been
Mhm.
around. That whole concept has been around for a very, very long time. And so I think, even though there's actually been research about it, but I'm not going to get into all that. But to say that it's actually not very effective. But to Princess's point, because the people they're on so many different journeys and all the things, and they're just not as compatible. But to your point, Keenan, I think with now more mega churches, I think that concept of go to church, find a good woman or man or whatever the case may be, I think the people that genuinely are on a journey, they're showing up for a particular reason. I think the people that are there to go to church and find a good whatever, I think that they
Mhm.
are also still in the mix. And so
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think that's where you get the folks that are hunting or
Yeah,
sharking, as I've
I,
heard it.
I I agree. Princess, start reading that comment, man. All right.
I was gonna say something back to that comment, but no, I have something else to say about the video.
All right, go ahead.
I am also low key in shock that she was shocked by the number.
Right.
Are you saying the
I
ratio always be out of whack like that?
No, I think like for her, she was just saying that it was so many just like singles, like in general. She was like a
Mhm.
thousand, like whatever. I don't know how big the church is, but I'm like, yes, girl, it's a lot of single people out here.
Oh
How did
yeah,
you not know? And a lot
yeah,
of people are gonna stay single.
Mhm.
yeah.
And unless there are some more teachings to Asia's points to help people in their singleness season, it's gonna still be that way because people got these unrealistic expectations and all the things. And it's like, yeah, it's a lot of singles out there, but a lot of people are actually gonna stay single as well.
Hey, hold that thought, yeah. Hold that thought, yeah. We gonna get there, but it's I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I guess coming up, like my grandmother's a pastor, my dad is. I think coming up, that's been the foundation of teachings for millennials for so long. And like Princess, the conversation we was having at the beginning of the show, it's so many ways the traditional teachings are just dying out. Like if you ain't got a solid, if you don't have solid parents or guardian or whatever situation or mentors, it's like people are going to stay single because they don't know no better. Like it's crossing over to like jokers really just don't know no better because ain't nobody talking to them about how to do it and they're not watching the right things to do. What you about to say?
I don't think I agree with that, but we can keep going.
No, that's why we're here. Which part?
I just don't. I don't think this. I don't that they don't know no better. I think people are just choosing.
If you look, have you talked? Okay, people our age, yes, but I'm talking about people who are coming into the adult dating space 20, 21, 22. What
Oh,
they're being taught and
child,
what
I'm
they
not thinking
see.
about them.
I
I
mean,
wasn't
because
thinking about them.
but the point I'm making is like, see, we about to go into a different conversation. I think the point I'm trying to make, hey, bro, hey, so hey, so the point I'm making is
It's wild.
it is. Hey, so the point I'm making is that we're going into where like I lost my train of thought, man. I lost my train of thought.
Yes, this red hair is growing out of my scalp.
Okay, all right. So what I was about to say is
What is happening? Let me go see.
Asia, stop.
hey, the point I'm trying to get out is we're kind of creating the same mistakes that we don't want to see. Like the people under us aren't getting the teachings from a foundational standpoint that we probably got from our grandparents because our parents aren't there laying the same foundations for the young gen. I don't even think they Gen Z no more, but whatever is coming up, it's like they just
Yeah,
out here
no.
trying to figure it out. Like they trying to figure it out to the point where like they can't even get pointed in the right direction. And so much so when you come across a young person with that was raised right, it now feels taboo because the moral compass and the teachings have been so far off. It's like, oh damn, you still you still all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything. I just think this is a great time to get into the topics of the night, man. So we about to go ahead and get into these topics of the night. So Miss Prince has like kicked this off without even knowing she kicked this off. Oh, Asia, were you about to? Oh, she kicked this off. Like reading, chill out. Hey, she kicked this off. But are people looking for real relationships anymore? Or are they just looking for experiences? That's why I said hold that. So I'm gonna kick it to you first, Princess, because you was about to go there about the last topic, and you could speak more so on how you feel like single people are about to stay single.
I think that people are still looking for real relationships. I don't think it's all necessarily about experiences. I just think people have unrealistic expectations, which is going to lead them to just being in a cycle of experiences.
What expectations have you seen or heard that you feel like are really getting outlandish out here? That you feel like people are expecting it's just not it's just not real no more. I really want to like to hear because I know I don't know.
Ah,
Say it. First night back.
It's so many that I see through like reels and stuff on Instagram, but one of them that I'm tired of the conversation is the whole like 50-50 like conversation, and not even about 50-50, but I we talked about this before where it's just like this generation of women who was just like he got to make six figures, he got that, or I just want a man to do this, this, and this. what does he bring to the table? Like that whole mentality. I truly believe that in the year of 2026, that's going to leave a lot of people single.
Yeah.
Jobs not even paying out here for real.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
Your job not even paying out here for real. So what you think his is doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main things that I feel like if some women can get past that, and I'm not saying that there's not stuff that goes into that. Now,
Mhm.
hey, I'm not saying go broke. I'm not saying date broke. That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But
Clear
what
that
I'm
up quick.
saying is that, yeah, clear that up. But what I am saying is that I feel like there is a pool of women who have severe, unrealistic expectations on that, and they're going to be single in the year of 2026 and beyond.
Oof. God, the princess become the
They
woman
don't
slave.
think that they are because they fine and stuff. But you're going to still have experiences, but you will continue to be single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get into a relationship like Dwight Howard. And you're going to be with
Mhm.
somebody for money and it's going to be something stupid like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a big bag. Jay, what's your thoughts, man?
I agree with Princess. I think that the expectations are just out of this world on certain things. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's like you're not even bringing a fraction of those things to the table. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Princess. I think the problem is that they haven't been humble. This is men and women. I
Mhm.
think that there hasn't been a point in their life where they were humble enough to be like, you know what? People think beauty carries things or money carry things. When that stuff runs out, your character, integrity, your morals, your values, all that stuff carries you for the rest of your life. So when you meet a person and you meet an authentic person, yes, they might look good at the moment. But if you feel like that, hey, I need a guy making six figures, right? All this stuff, but you dated guys that worked at Foot Locker your whole life. You haven't even been in the vicinity of a guy that makes six figures. So what puts you in the ballpark to think that you should date a guy that makes six figures? You're
Yeah.
not even in these rooms. So the delusion on men and women right now is insane.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
ridiculous. Like you're trying to date up in a situation to where if you got in that room and you got around that man that made that, you wouldn't even know what to do.
you wouldn't know how to operate in the space.
So prepare
Yeah.
yourself and humble yourself for a guy or a woman that's going to be in your situation, your pay range, your you know, are y'all compatible? Because even if you get that guy to make 6-7 figures, do you like him?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So
are you going to be able to deal with him? Yes, you're going to be able to deal with the money, but the money runs out at some point. You
yeah,
got to
Does
think
he
about
have to like
longevity.
him?
You
no.
said what?
She said, does
Does
she
she
have to
have to
like?
like him?
No,
No.
she don't. But I'm just saying, and then you find those women in situations. Yes, you can shop all day, but then they end up dealing with a guy on the side that makes less than the guy she's dealing with because he
So
makes her happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jay, say this, man. I'm going to probably get on a little tangent, but it's going to all make sense at the end. I think six figures to answer the question. Yes, I believe people want real relationships. I think people have no effing idea what real relationships are. It's
Mm-hmm.
that unrealistic expectations in another way, but like they just don't know what real relationships are. And I think with the six-figure thing, not to make it shallow, is like I think people exchange that for being taken care of. And depending on your lifestyle and where you at, it may not take a number to actually take care of you. Now, when I say take care of you, I don't mean like holistically. I mean just like we both work. There's a number where we're comfortable, but I may not have six figures. The other side of that is like people want to not sacrifice any of their lifestyle for any type of greater good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, people want to keep the thing, no matter what. And when I say sacrifice, I mean when you're single, you can spend your money where you want, frivolously. It don't matter. You can do what you want when you want, how you want. But when
Yeah.
you got to consider somebody else, it's not that you can't buy things that you used to buy, but like certain spending don't make sense no more if we're trying to build something. So it's like here we are talking about money, and it's like if you got bad spending habits, and there was a girl the other week talking about it costs $50,000 a month to date her, which is crazy. But I'm like,
Girl,
if
what?
you
What
have
you doing, sis?
bad, facts though, but if you have
And
bad,
if you're shopping with that, as much as I love to shop, you stupid. But
yeah,
that's
and you know that's what they doing,
No,
princess.
princess, but she's
You need to
single.
be.
We're 50K to she's single. Nobody's paying 50K to date her.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
This
But
is
I
the
think
problem.
because I think we really got to get honest, and I'm just speaking for us as millennials and blacks. Like we got to get honest about this money conversation about ourselves. Like it's a lot of bad spending. If you can afford it, you can afford it. But it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of bad spending that you projecting on the potential partner because you got a lot of bad spending habits. Like, boy, I looked at my Uber Eats last month. Boy, I like, oh no, man, I got chill, man. That ain't even cool, man. And granted, cause I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put myself out there. I be wanting certain stuff, or I be wanting to upgrade camera equipment, whatever the thing may be. And I'm like, nah, I'm chilling right now. And then I looked at my Jay, I think I talked to you about this a couple weeks ago. I looked at my Uber Eats and I saw like too much. I was like, oh no, I gotta chill, dog. Like I ain't gotta do that. That's just me. That's just me having it and spending on something I don't have to spend on.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
very far different than like a lifestyle that takes care of you if you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Uber Eats ain't a part of a lifestyle, dog. That's you just being greedy.
It's
Right.
convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts, princess. So I'm saying all that to say people do want real relationships, y'all. It's just again, where are they peeping them from? Where are they? What is the real to them now? And it just bothers me when you get two good people that got bad ideologies around relationships, and it's like, damn, y'all too stupid to get it together, even though y'all be good for each other, but y'all ain't
Mm-hmm.
got the brain power to see it the right way.
And
Yeah.
and also too to add to that, you don't have the brain power, but I think that people nowadays kind of define like single a little bit different. You may find a person that you meet that's actually single, that's not talking to anybody, that really, been working on themselves. And then you might have a person you meet that's single because homeboy done pissed her off today. And now I'm single today. And then now it's like now I done got entangled in a situationship and you're not being truthful about the situation. So I think that if you come honest and you say, hey, this is what it is, let the person make the decision on if they're going to stay or not. And I think that's what's missing in dating to me, what I've seen being single. The honesty. Just be honest. If it's not there, it's not there. Okay, we're not compatible. You have a good one. You know what I mean? Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think too that there's a so to answer the question, I do think people are looking more so for experiences in a real relationship, only because people, to your point, Keenan, they don't know what a real relationship is, let alone companionship and like emotional security. And when I think of those two things, they pop out for a relationship for me because it's almost like a relationship is a part of my life experience, right? Like I think that's how the culture has kind of shifted a little bit. We look at divorce culture right now. It's up. So for a lot of folks nowadays that are single, excuse me, it's more so like, yeah, I can get into a relationship, but I'm not focused on knowing what companionship looks like or emotional security looks like because I'm just here for the experience because it's a part of my life. Like I don't want to leave here without experiencing love for real, but there's a fear of commitment due to whatever your that's contributing to your fear of that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And I think like with the fear part, I do think that there are some people that would like a real relationship, but don't think, I think that they don't think it's possible for them.
Hmm.
Right. So, like, for example, if I see that there's so many people on my timeline that they're getting married and, like, weddings and all the things, and I'm looking around in my environment, and I'm talking about like the FYP page, right, where it could be anybody anywhere in the country, and then
Hmm.
you look at where you are, your proximity, and you're like, dang, like there's nobody here that I feel compatible with. I've been doing the work, but what now I got to be long distance in order for something to happen. So therefore, I do think some people they're like, cool, if I can't get the fairy tale, I'm gonna get something.
Yeah.
If I can't get a happy life, happy wife, oh, I'm gonna say that I you have to be this caliber of man spend this much money on me. You want to know why? Because no, there's probably not going to be men that are going to spend $50,000, but I guarantee you there's going to be some man with his ego that's like, oh, I don't have to spend that, but I could still take care of you. Guess what? She just got her experience. Didn't take
Yeah.
50 grand, but I'm sure it was a pretty penny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think that some people, if they don't think that it's in their cards, or they've had so many failed relationships, they think, well, if everybody's not going to get married, I might be that one. So I'm going to have fun, whatever that means for them.
I'm gonna be real, dog. Like, it's getting unbearable out here for our peoples in our 30s, man. It's getting unbearable, man. It's getting unbearable. Cause man, like, folks out here not acting their age, ain't got common sense. Just like, hey yo, I'm almost, and this is, I'm not gonna say an absolute, but I'm almost convinced. I'm like almost convinced. Like, if you get to a certain age and you aren't willing to change your thought, or like you've started making a certain amount of money on your own, if you're not going to reach back to somebody that knew you then, that's grown up now, that matches, bro, it's probably you probably damn kick a can down the road, bro. This shit bad, man. This shit bad. And I'm just like, look, all 2026, I'm acknowledging that I don't understand it. I'm not trying to no more. But it's just like, dog, you too old to be acting like that. You too old for that, dog. You too old for that. And people in their 30s that are like, the other day, I saw this woman saying she don't accept a guy with baby mamas, but she was a baby mama. Crazy shit in the world, man.
Yeah.
But Keenan, do you think that like
Yeah.
once upon a time we like millennials, right? People that are our age that are still single. Do you think once upon a time they thought like that? Like everybody kind of thought like that. And because the dating culture has changed, there's so many people that have moved into that space that if they stayed behind, the chances of them finding somebody would be slim to none, because there's left in this old thought process. So they kind of had to like move into the like, oh, what do you bring to the table, or all the silly questions that are being asked right now, because it's almost like you get left, you get with it or you get left.
Yeah. So I partially agree. I also think a lot of people ain't getting checked enough while they dating, man. Like, they done got away with the BS for too long that they think that's the way you do it. They done manipulated too many times. Now they think they could do it everywhere. They done paid 2 bills and they done got some. So they think after the second bill, like, where that thing at? It ain't enough like game recognizing game with people, and it's not being checked. That blows up. I'm right back testing it with the next one. I paid for 2 checks. Like, then they get on the internet. See, man, I took her out to eat $100 because you thought the same thing was going to work. But it's like people are doing the same things over and over and over without being checked, and they dumb approaches, and then sitting back like, see, man, it's tough out here. No, dummy. Like, you just doing the same thing. And I go further back. I think a lot of it also plays into how some of these people were raised. For real. Like, I feel like some people were raised with really bad, like, it was cute as a kid, but you 45 now and you still doing what they raised you on and it don't work. And they ain't really being taught how to be a decent human and ask questions and not be no boy and operate. You know what I'm saying? And they get away with it. Like, it be pissing me off, yo. It be pissing me like when I see guys like do something that's manipulative, cool, but like, back to the Dwight Howard thing. She seen you do this with the last chick, and you right there. So you condoning that behavior, whether you want to say it or not. If you dip after the first time, cool, but chicks be staying because of that $100 meal.
Well, shout out. I just want to say shout out to Dot the Merch God. We putting that on t-shirts. Where that thing at?
Nah, man.
It's coming to you.
You trying to get somebody
Coming
walked up
to a
out of here,
store
man.
near you. Where that thing at?
Nah, you trying to get somebody walked up out of here, man. Nah. Yeah, you trying to get somebody walked.
Hey,
man.
2 bills is crazy, Sneak.
I'm telling you, you pay 2. Hey, tell me I'm lying. There's some guys, if don't nothing happen after that first or second date, they're like, oh, I ain't going back out there. because it's what's always worked.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mm.
And see, I'm about to see. Hey,
Hey, get it out.
and then
Hey,
no,
Keita act
Princess
like that
almost
pastor
hey,
at church
Princess
boy.
almost say to me, it's okay, she won. She
Tell
got
him,
me.
Keita.
Hey,
Get
look,
it
she
out,
got me.
Keita.
She baited me.
Yeah, just tell him. Tell
Just say
him
And
how
it,
then
you
on the
pastor.
feel.
Say
and then
it,
on the
sweet
other side,
pastor.
some boy, on the other side, some women who, the thing has always been the prize. You've been told that's fire for 35 years just to find out some regular smuggler, and that ain't getting them in there no more. So now you got to really open up and be a decent person because sex ain't the thing that's keeping nobody there. So
Preach,
now
Bishop.
you've been because this is a common misconception.
Mhm.
Because she's pretty, bye. No,
Mhm.
absolutely not. So now that we're older, looks kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
People could be into more, but
Well,
nah, you've always been the prize in that regard because everybody's thought that thing was like that, and it ain't now. And you just found out at 34.
Mm.
God,
Mm. Mm.
and now you stuck like, I thought my smile get it. I thought when I get in, like, what? Y'all got me, man. Y'all got me. I know y'all know I ain't lying too. That's why ain't none of y'all saying nothing back.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, you right. You
Mm.
right when you right.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, man. You pissed me off.
you got it, Bishop.
Yeah.
I ain't saying the hell with you, bro.
He said, where the fans at? Nah, where that thing at? You know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
All right. So, dang, bro, these both are really good. Let's see if we can get all the way there. So, kind of switching gears a little bit. When a bond becomes one-sided, at what point do you address it, accept it, or just distance yourself from it? So I know in the past we've had conversations about people growing apart and how to address friendships. And on season 1, make sure you check out all the season 1 of the full crew. It's all out there. I can't remember what episode, but we kind of talked about traditions. And then Princess, I remember you talking about some traditions you've made now in order to keep the bonds with the people you care about, X, Y, and Z. We kind of talked about the change.
The
So
intimacy.
intimacy, that's what it was. You're right. Not sex with your friends, Lewis. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess like when a bond becomes one-sided, what do you all do out of the 3 things? I'm gonna go last because I feel strongly about this.
You're asking what do we do or how do we handle all 3 things? Because it's 3 different questions. Because I like for me
Answer it how you read it.
so when for me when it becomes one side, I can do all 3 really, right? So in addressing it depends on my relationship with the person. If you're a best friend, if you're a sister to me, I'm definitely gonna address it because what's happening here? I care enough.
Mhm.
If you're a coworker or whatever, your friends at work, that's a little different depending on how much I really liked you for real.
Mhm.
Now, accepting it, I feel like that's all across the board. It don't matter who it is, accepting it for what it is. If it's clear as day, I'ma just accept it and deal with it however I see fit. And then the last part, distancing yourself. I think when you can't reach the person, especially how close they are to you, um, like that discernment will tell you it's time to take a step back for real. Because you each other are not in each other's best interest right now. And life may be going left, but there's no excuse to me that a bond should be one-sided. There's never an excuse for that. If I'm that close to you, if you care about me that much, you could pick up the phone, you could call me, you could check on. I don't care how many miles away, I don't care what life is throwing at you right now. Like that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. So if it gets to that point where I'm just consistently reaching out and I'm getting ignored, or you just don't want to deal with me and you've shown me that, okay, fine, I got it. It's time to go. You
Mhm.
got one time. That it's time to go.
Jay,
For me, first of all, great job, Britt. I think I address it when I feel like that there's still an opportunity there for the situation to be fixed, or it's still something there that from my other person, whether that's a friendship, whether it's relationship. I accept it when I realize that you don't want to put the work in on your end to help the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I accept it. And as
Mhm.
far as distancing, it's easier for me once those two things have happened because I've known I've tried my best to make those things happen. So it's
Mm-hmm.
easier for me to distance myself.
Yeah, bro.
Mhm.
That was really well put, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Asia. I'm sorry. I was talking a lot last question. Go ahead, Asia.
I think
Mm-mm.
I think addressing it, I think you address it when you notice it's something that's outside of the pattern, right? Like, and I think the pattern can change depending on life circumstances. That's where I will also go to, what's the other one? Like, accept it. I do think that there are seasons that it will be a one-sided thing, right? For example, if I have, let's say, a friend that like just had twins, I'm not expecting you to then hit me up the same way that you were before. Similar, if you just lost a family member or somebody close to you, I know for a season our friendship might be one-sided. Why? You're going through something. That is now
Mm-hmm.
a pattern that's happening where I can that for me, I don't feel the need to address certain things. If you just lost somebody, I'm not addressing how come you not reaching out? What? Like
Mhm.
I'm not doing that, right? It's implied you're going through something. So for me, that those are the times that I would accept it. I would accept that yes, this is a season that is going to be one-sided. I would address it when it's like, okay, it's been some time, all the things. And if we do have a conversation, girl, just send me a heart, just so I know you're still good, or whatever the case may be. And then I think distancing myself, yeah, once I've tried all the options, and or when the other person has made it clear that we are no longer aligned,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I also think that's important, and it's fair, right? It's fair that that
Mhm.
happens.
And not to play semantics, but I'm being very honest when I say this. It's hard for me to see a bond as one sided. You know what I mean? I feel like when you bond with somebody, like that's goes both ways. Like I more so see like the upkeep or the maintenance or whatever. You know what I mean? But like I feel like you have a true bond with somebody, like a real true bond. It's never really one sided. You know what I mean? Like when you're really connected to somebody like that, Asia, to your point earlier, you have seasons where you may not talk to this person, but I don't feel like that's impacting a true bond. You know what I mean? Like if y'all really are locked in like that, because I see people who they call best friend and their cadence is every 3 months. And it's like, but they could talk and do the thing. It doesn't impede on their bond. I really like the fact that you said like when it gets outside the pattern, but like if, go ahead, Brittany.
I didn't want to interrupt your thought, but I was gonna ask a question to
Okay, you did.
Asia. Well, now that you pointed it out, I did mean to interrupt your thought. Asia, do you feel like length of time plays a role? Because I heard you say, like, for instance, somebody passed away, right, and they're going through that. And grief, we don't know how long that can last. That can be years. That can be days.
Mhm.
Even if it's like, girl, send me a heart, let me know you're okay. If they're still doing that 10 years from now because they're genuinely like can't bring themselves out of this funk, do you then say like, oh, excuse me, okay, I can accept this, let's work on our friendship? Or do you then distance yourself because there's when are you going to get out of this space?
Yeah, I can accept it, right? I can accept it, for what it is, right? Because then at that point, I can accept that, okay, you are someone that is in complicated grief, right? That's when it does extend past, I think by the book it says like 2 years or something like that, right? Cool. For me, then, I will still, if I know that you are grieving that heavily, I will still reach out. It's not going to be every week. I can still reach out because I know that you are a friend, and grief is just one of those complicated things that it's like, I know that after a while, people are not checking in on you. I know that you might really be in the depths of hell. And it's been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and nobody's asking how you're doing. So for me personally, I can accept this is not going to be the same friend that I had before the loss. I can accept that. I can accept that this might not even be my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But to Keena's point, if the bond is there, I'm checking in. Even if it's quarterly, yearly, I've had a friend like that. I checked in on her legit every 3 months. We did, and it legit was, hey boo, you're on my heart, on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been
Was
it's
it?
been time, but yeah. So
Can I
that's just
ask
me
what she
personally.
said back?
My friend,
Yeah.
it ranged, it changed every so often. Like sometimes it'd be like, I'm good this month, or I've been good, or sometimes it's like it's really been hard, or sometimes it's just, girl, I'm just trying to make it. Like the what
But
she
but
responds
it's
with is
still in
different.
like, yeah. So I had an experience like that, and what was said back, I said, yeah. Hope you enjoy that. I'm like, I ain't, you ain't have to worry about me no more. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm gonna tell you what I've learned about myself at 35 years old. If I'm going out my way to be intentional about something, and it like is not met with the proper respect, or like the proper, what word am I looking for?
Like reciprocation.
Not princess, it's almost like not even reciprocation. I'm not expecting you to do it back to me, but if it's not met with the proper like if it's like dismissed, or you make it seem minute when like I'm going out of my way to be intentional, yeah, it's probably the last time we talk,
Mm.
because I'm already in a part of life where I got to remember who the hell I haven't talked to send messages out. So like if the response or conversation or the thing is really like left, yeah, you might as well cancel me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's
With
mutual
people that I have a
disinterest too.
bond with, not random people.
So, can I also ask a question about bonds? Do you feel that bonds actually die? Or do you feel like you just kind of like distance yourself and just like it is what it is? Like, if you truly, truly have a bond with somebody and y'all fell out, because you know, it's like you could fall out with somebody, but it's like no love lost. We just not that no more. Do
Mhm.
you feel like the bond dies, or y'all just are distant? Like y'all have chosen to distance the relationship.
So I got an interesting philosophy on this.
Okay.
I feel like most bonds are created through critical life moments. When
Mm-hmm.
you experience a life moment with someone, a group, or as quiet as it's kept, like we've created a bond off these last 3 years of touring together, being a part of each other. Like with that, you 10 years from now, you can't take that 3 years out of it. You
Hmm.
can't take what. So I'm saying that to say, like Princess, I think if you have a true bond and you experience a critical part of life together, then I feel like that's a situation where it doesn't die, it's distant,
Okay.
because you can't erase those critical memories, those critical things from your feelings, from your emotional memory and all the things, right? I feel
Hmm.
like when people are just conveniently in your life, there's not really a bond there. There's
Right.
no experiences bonding you together. It's
Mm.
just convenient that we are in this same place. We may work together. We may drop our kids out of daycare at the same time every week, and we just made this convenient exchange. To me, that's not a bond. But
Mm.
most of your friends or family, siblings, like obviously with your siblings, that's why it's so close, because every damn near life moment, baby through 18, you experience with them. So I
Mhm.
hope I'm answering your question directly, but I feel like if
Yeah.
you haven't had that life experience with that person, it's just it's really transactional, and we're mistaken bond for convenient, and convenient seasons of friendships could happen years at a time.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that
Okay.
would be my
I
answer
would
to that.
agree. I just wanted to ask the question, and my response to the actual question is I agree with what y'all said, and I've been like kind of smiling and whatever while y'all been talking, because I'm like, I feel like somebody probably feels that way about me right now.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. I know some.
Not
Yeah.
you, but
Nah,
someone
I'm about to
else.
say something, right, man. I'm glad Princess stopped me. I'm about to say something, get me in trouble, man.
Mm.
I'm telling y'all,
But
I be about to crash out. But ask my wife. I almost crashed out yesterday.
Hey, Princess,
hmm?
I can add it. I think for me, the bond is gone when the disrespect outweighs the experiences that we've had together. Once it gets to that point to where it's like
Mm.
our life experiences, our hardships is being overshadowed by like blatant disrespect, I think that's when the bond ends for me.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's good.
Do you
Yeah.
think? But Jay, do you think? I'm not being funny. Do you think it really ends, or you just distance yourself? Because it's not like you can take those critical life
No,
moments away.
it ends.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think I
distance.
would
It
agree.
ends for sure.
I
Okay,
think
I was
if the
asking.
disrespect gets to it, so like the distance may have came from disrespect, right? But it's like one disrespect, it's like the bond and the love that I have for you, it's like, but we not here no more. Like we gonna have to be here.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
if it's disrespect on disrespect and disrespect, at this point, it's like F you.
Mhm.
And if I see you, like it's not like we're not even about to speak. You know, sometimes if you distance yourself from someone, but if you see them in person, it's like, hey, how you doing?
Mhm.
If it's disrespect over on top of disrespect, like eventually, like we're not speaking. So I get what you mean, Jay. Like at some point, I can see where the bond would just be like, F the bond, F you, F everything.
She burned it all down.
And is
Yeah.
it, are we talking like, we're talking like blatant disrespect? Because as y'all are talking about this, it's making me think about what happens when you're keeping tabs on the things that somebody's doing, but you never communicate that with them.
Oh no
Therefore, they
way.
don't even know that you got a whole rap sheet and they have not been, you know what I'm saying? And they don't, like, they are unaware. Or we're talking like blatant, just like
I would say blatant, but
Asia,
See,
blatant.
mine was blatant disrespect, and also
yeah.
too, I've communicated those things to you multiple
Okay.
times.
and
I'm
I'm about
never
to
gonna
say
like keep
that's
up
what make it
secrets with you.
disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Because I done told you, and you keep doing it. And I sat here and
Mhm.
told you what's up. That's what make
Mhm.
it disrespectful to me. Boy,
Tina,
look
are
here.
you reliving the moment right now?
No, you
Because
want
Like,
to.
Yeah.
hey,
No,
The
no,
hey,
steam coming
hey,
from his
Pastor.
head.
no, I'm gonna tell you what really gets me
Hey,
about stuff
Bishop.
like this. I'm gonna tell you what really gets me about stuff like this. It almost goes back to the same dating conversation. I think with bonds specifically, like what Princess J just said, like it's repeated disrespectful behavior. But what really happens is like you have an expectation on your friends or the people you care about to respond to your communication a certain way. But as I said before, a lot of the disrespect may have been happening, but it's like you've normalized it and accepted it because of the bond, quote unquote. And now that I'm not in the space to accept it, it's kind of like you keep doing like, hey, look, man, I ain't the same person. I just told your ass stop doing it now. You get what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people's stuff really go truly unchecked. And it's like slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist. And I'm telling you, but out of respect for you, we ain't getting the thumping moving furniture, but I'm telling you to your face.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because too many people be going left unchecked nowadays, bro. They just be making people think anything's okay because, oh, well, I thought. Hey, look, Doc. Look, Doc.
Mm. Keenan,
Yeah.
what did that other person say to you?
I'm not gonna say what it was specifically, but it was like a long time had went by, and it was one of those situations where you reach out to somebody knowing that y'all wouldn't talk unless you reached out to them,
Mhm.
and then you flip it on me like, oh yeah, finally nice to hear from you. Boy, look here.
Oh yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it,
Oh,
man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And with my
that's
sister, like I told her I was gonna be reaching out every so often because
Yeah,
I knew her and what she was, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
yeah,
rough.
nah, yeah. You go, yeah, and you might as well screenshot that, my boy. All right. Let's get into this fair or foul. right. So fair or foul? Expecting your partner to cut off a friend that you do not like. Is that fair or is that foul?
Why do I not like them?
Uh, Princess, yeah. Is it fair or foul?
It depends.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
See, you got to go. You got to go, Joe. Hey, hold on. Let's get all the fair or fouls out. Asia, fair or foul?
Hold on, especially your partner to cut off. I don't like. I think that's foul.
I think it's foul as well. Jay,
I think it's foul.
Brittany,
Fair.
Miss, it depends.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably say fair.
Got me fucking nah.
And I say fair in the sense of like the reason why I don't like them is not for like something like petty or like I don't know, like it's something major. You want me to
What?
elaborate?
Please, yeah, so I can make sure that what I'm thinking is aligned.
Okay. So let's just say, I don't know, maybe this person disrespected me.
Mhm.
Mm,
And I'm like, oh, that's where I draw the line. Like, we're done with them.
we're done with them is insane verbiage.
We're done with them. But you don't think that we're done. Like, you're not done with them. But they disrespected me to a level that I feel like there's no coming back from. I feel
Princess,
like that's fair.
can I ask you something?
What if he checks it in that moment?
Or what if it was a mutual exchange?
Hmm?
Or what if it was a mutual exchange?
Like
Like
what?
you're
We don't
looking
like
at
each
it.
other?
No, like you're looking at it as. Go ahead, Princess.
No, I'm basically asking the same thing Britt said. Like, what you mean by mutual exchange?
So like you all get into a let's just say verbal altercation. Let's just say verbal joint, right?
Mhm.
You was firing off just as much as he was or she was, whoever the friend is. So it's like you was disrespectful too, but you want me to cut him off because that person was disrespectful, but you was giving the same thing.
Who
Yeah, I don't
fired off
care.
first?
But
Did he
that's
disrespect me first, or did I disrespect him first? Because if he disrespected me first,
let's say for scenario purposes, you antagonized to the point where it got a reaction. So even though it was first, you provoked the reaction.
see,
It
I'm
depends.
asking,
trying to put it
I'm
on
asking an
me.
honest question. I'm asking an honest question.
Then I don't think it would be fair.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It depends on the day. It
see,
depends on the friend. You know what I mean? Because you got those friends that it's like already kind of, and then they
yeah,
do that, and it's like, gotcha.
see,
So we're done with you.
yeah. So
But
we're done with you is insane verbiage
yeah.
at minute 97. I just,
Ask Britt why she feel like it's fair. Grill her.
So
I
so
am.
in all fairness, I read the question completely different. So I read it as like a friend, meaning it could have been my friend and not necessarily his friend. Cause if it's my friend, oh, why are you still talking to her? Right? But
Oh
if
no,
it
hell
because it
no.
says a friend, it doesn't say his friend. So that was my first that was my
Mhm.
first thought. I still think it's fair though. I'm with Princess on a fair and foul both because you're to Jay's point. If he checks it in that moment, okay, fine. But like it still does not. I don't care how up here I get. Like if your dude or your homeboy decided to go back and forth with me as your partner, what are we do?
I think
What are
differently.
we doing for real?
What if he just always asking him to be outside? He ain't doing that. Cause I mean, I wouldn't be around nobody that's gonna talk to my wife crazy. That ain't gonna happen. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. So what if he just constantly asking, like he's the social friend that always want your man outside?
I don't think you should cut him off. I just think you should know your partner and you should say no. I'm not going.
Yeah.
He going. He going though.
Why? No. Then you have to deal with me at home. You don't have to cut him off as a friend, but now you got to deal with me. So pick your poison.
So I'm gonna say something that I probably shouldn't say. Jay, forgive me, man. I'm just enjoying being back on this good Monday night. I think situations like that end up happening when women don't know what the guy been saying about her. Like, say y'all just met and you was in a rotation before y'all got serious. And what he was telling his homeboy about you and who you were and the things was, y'all think I'm playing, but it creates the relationship that the friend has with your girl. Because your girl don't know what you was going back saying to your homeboy about her.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
So then it's like, so and they might, hey, like, come on, man, because they know something that you don't even know. So now he's stuck in a situation where you like, damn, hey, chill out, bro. I know what I said, but I'm in love now. But you done said that way back then, and now you stuck on the line for it.
Yeah.
Because that would be a situation where, like, I've seen with my own eyes, guys get into that, like, yeah, but he won't rocking with you like that at the beginning. That's why you need to, but like that ain't for her to know.
The dude say that?
Man, I done seen some wild, man. What?
And some of these dudes be like, y'all out here talking too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I done
see,
seen,
y'all,
Y'all
that's
out
too
here
much.
gossiping,
That's too
boy.
much. That's too much
because it
chat.
Hey,
wasn't
what
that
you
at
worried
the
about
beginning,
what he got
princess.
going on?
It
And what
wasn't.
I was about to say was, yeah.
But this is what I'm saying though. It's not
Mm.
like your girl that y'all were dating and you was in love from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they get blurry. I'm telling you.
But
And
you
I
don't
said,
go report that back though in the heat of the moment.
hold on, you don't. But like, do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying when I say talk to your homeboy?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, okay, all right.
But it's that message making it back to her is what I'm saying. It's like, why is it?
Because some dudes set the space for her not to be respected before they got serious. Because of what light he's painted her in before they got serious. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it still should have never happened though. But yeah, I've definitely seen it happen too.
Jay, I agree,
I'm
but
not
like,
gonna say what I think. I'll tell you
say
after.
it. So, but I can say what I'm thinking tonight, but you're gonna be quiet.
Everyone's their own person.
Yeah,
It depends.
but it happens. It happens.
Can I give a different scenario? Because I just saw this. There was a man that proposed to his girl. He called his homeboy and put it on speaker and said, "Yo, me and such, we're not together. She's not my girlfriend anymore." And before he could say like she's now my wife or now my fiance, Buddy on the other line was like, "Yo, thank God, dog. She was the worst. She blah, 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 blah." He just fired off about the girl. She's listening to everything. At that point, do you feel like, because she then asked, she was like, "Hang up, you're not talking, he's not walking in the wedding." Do you feel like the friend should be cut off?
Man, that was stupid to call.
No, it wasn't stupid. It was stupid for
No.
him to start the conversation like that.
That was dumb as hell for him to call him, and you got him
Thank
on
you,
speaker.
Jay. Like what? I'm not like what? Yo,
Why would
nah,
you call me
no.
saying some mess like that?
Yeah, I'm
What?
not. I'm not even calling nobody. Like, nah,
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
nah.
man, I only broke up with such a man. I'm so glad. Who said shit like that?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
That sounds like a setup. As soon as you call me, I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up immediately.
Yeah, he
I'm
should
not
not have
playing on my
presented
phone.
it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, that's one of those like, oh, word.
Hey, what do you know about me? I'm gonna get up out of there.
What,
Hey, man,
boy?
you got me messed up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You about
I
to catch
think,
me.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's. Man.
Oh, Sneak, I was about to give an example about our scenario. Me and you.
Which
You
one?
remember at the time when Brittany had got into it, and me
Oh
and you
yeah.
was working together.
Oh yeah.
It was awkward because like at the time I was married, so I was defending my wife, he was defending his wife, but me and Keenan had became really close. So it was awkward for us because it's like, well, damn, they low key don't want us to be talking, you know what I'm saying? Cause they mad, but it's like we didn't know, and we just was like, well, I mean, hey, this is where my wife stand with this. He was like, this was okay, woody woo, and we just kind of left it there. So I think that was one of those scenarios where it was kind of like we made a judgment call because we could have ended something that was very nice as a friendship over something that somebody else felt. And then later on down the line, it became cool again. It's like, come on, man. That would have
I
been
mean,
a waste of time.
I think the difference in our scenario is like we were talking about it. I mean, I don't even think to this day we necessarily agree, but I think the point was when we was going through it, we was talking about it though, and it wasn't like we was sneaking and geeking, talking to each other like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to walk in the house. I can't talk to you." I get on and be like, oh, like you know what I'm saying, like you talk to Jay, like, yeah, like, bro, hey, look, y'all beefing, bro, like, and the thing is. Same way, it's like, yeah, I'll holler at him. Like, we ain't talking about y'all, but you know what I'm saying? It's not anything where it's subliminal or it's like behind closed doors, essentially. We just being upfront about it. And women beef way longer than guys. They get mad and carry that joint for the whole to Christmas.
That's true.
They do. Yes.
That's real.
And women getting into it is far worse than guys getting into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to manage your wife and her friends getting into it than this situation right here.
You mean between you and Jay? What you talking about?
No, like if my wife is into it with one of her close friends, it's harder to manage that than it is to worry about cutting one of like my friends off for her or vice versa.
Oh,
Like when women get into it, boy, it's like, oh shit. Like, come on, man.
That's it.
Like, come on, man. Get up out of there, man.
it's definitely. I mean, it's not fun.
Y'all get vicious, yo. And I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
It ain't
It's like,
because we on the
I'm
how
taking
can y'all be
L's.
friends again after the stuff that's going on? Like, what? Like,
I'ma
chill
tell
out, yo.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, for us, it's not fun because we got to sit there and listen to all of this.
Yeah.
And you talking about somebody brain cooking, and you just, oh my God, let me tell you what she did. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Aw.
And then I'm thinking in the process, you the problem. But I can't say that to you. I can't say that to you. I'm like, that's crazy, babe. They do got you fucked up, babe. That's crazy.
Hey, man, you wow, my
That's
God.
so
I ain't
you
fooling
right,
with
you
you,
should have
bro.
got hurt. Then I'm like, you the whole fucking problem.
I ain't fooling with you, bro.
That's
Facts.
funny.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it'd be like that. I will say this before we close out. I also think that there's only, I will say this, I'm gonna be more positive. There are friends that naturally get cut off when you get in a relationship, not because they're doing anything wrong, but like it's not suitable for the next space. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, when you first meet your lady and you fall in love and you fall off the side of the world, you figure out who she do and don't like in that moment anyway. Like you find out who she cool with, your time being taken up by this other person because she like them or not in that little span of time anyway. So it's kind of one of those things where like there's a lot of natural cutting off for people that don't suffice for your relationship, regardless of a conversation. Because you'll start to see it. You'll start to see it like, oh yeah, nah, bro, you wildin'.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can only go out with you in Vegas, bro.
God. My gosh.
All right. Well, on that note,
Hey, hey, anything else on the fair foul?
Nope.
mm,
All right, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. It's your boy K. Mims. I got the ladies of the show, Miss Princess, Miss Asia, Miss Brittany, my bro DJ J Dub. We are Monday Night Crew, and I am out. We are out.
You are now tuned in to the realest podcast.